Hi everyone, this is James from Metro Hobbies here. Welcome to the YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be having a look at a new Aoshima kit that I've been excited for quite a while, which is this amazing Liberty Walk Lamborghini Huracan. I have had a look through this kit and I got to say I'm very tempted to buy it because it's quite different from anything I've seen before, and I think I might buy it because I'd be quite excited to build this one. So without any further ado, let's open it up and see what this kit has to offer. It has a lot of amazing features, which I'll talk a little bit about later, in terms of what you can do when it's actually built and on display. So if we have a look at the parts themselves, Aoshima are known for having quite good detail in some of their car kits. I personally have built their Pagani Huayra kit, which has a ridiculous amount of detail for a 24th scale kit. Full engine builds, suspension, interior, everything, even like front suspension components, and it was extremely crazy. Now, all that detail was great, but sometimes they over-engineer and over-complicate it, and you can start having fitment problems because there are so many components going together. But what I like about this kit is it has a great amount of detail, but not crazy like the Huayra. So it looks like it's going to have quite nice fitment, and it's not over-complicated as such. So if we start having a look at some of the pieces, the first thing I notice is the amazing two-piece wheels. The detail in the spokes of these wheels is truly incredible. I can already see just by having a first glance that the quality of the parts are incredible. Now, something that you will also notice is that all of the sprues are color coded, so you don't necessarily have to paint all the pieces. You can build them all as is and you will still get a fairly nice finish. Even like the wheels as such is actually in a gloss black color, which usually with the plastic it's just a really flat sort of yucky looking color, and you can have seam lines and things like that going through. So it's nice that it's sort of pre-colored as such, so you can build it without painting if you don't want to. So now having a look at the body, there's really nice detail in the body work. No seam lines from what I can see, so you wouldn't have to do much sanding and much prep if you were going to paint it. The wide body kit is already installed on the car as part of the mold. I know some wide body kits you actually have to attach the over fenders to the car and cut it out, which can be a little bit of a pain and a little bit of a hassle, which is good that they've sort of simplified it for this version. Then we've got the clear pieces, so all the windows and those sort of parts. What I noticed about this, which I haven't really seen before, and I don't know if it picks it up on camera, but the clear actually has a really slight blue tinge through it, which actually looks quite cool because it probably means that you don't really have to tint the window for it to look good once it's in the car. So it won't be completely see-through. It has a nice sort of blue tinge through it, which I actually quite like. Now we have a bit more of the detail. You can see at the back here, you've got the calipers and some of the clear red pieces, once again, pre-colored plastic, so you don't necessarily have to paint. Obviously, you've got your main chassis plate, which this is probably the most simple way to design cars, when you have a chassis plate and then you have a body which essentially just sits on top of it. And then we've just got all the bumper pieces, some of the aero, a little bit of the interior. So there's a good amount of pieces, but it's not, as I said, anything ridiculous or crazy. Then moving on to the stickers and decals. Now, something that they have chose to do with this kit is if you are a beginner builder, they've actually included stickers. So you peel it off and just stick it on rather than complicating it with the water slide decals. Now, the decals will give you a much better, much smoother, better looking finish. But if you can't be bothered cutting them out and getting all your decal setting solutions and things like that, it is included with these chrome finish stickers, which makes it a lot easier and makes it really nice to build. So that's actually all the parts out of the way. So now taking a look at the instruction manual, you can see there's a nice photo of the car on the front, and on the back we have all the parts on the sprues. Now, taking a look at it, it's a really nice manual. It's in like a glossy finish, sort of like you'd see in magazine type paper. And on the first page, you're greeted with all the paint codes, which has a really nice, like real life photos of the model, rather than little illustrations, which other instruction manuals tend to have. And then going through the building process, something else I noted as well is it's all actual photos of the model rather than just the outline illustrations, as I said. So this I reckon would make it a hell of a lot easier to know exactly where every part is going, and so you could feel utmost confident on how you're putting this kit together. So the instruction manual is really great quality. I know Aoshima are typically quite high quality and can be a little bit expensive, but you're definitely paying for what you get. And then on the back page here, you've got even more paint codes with, once again, real photos of the model, which I haven't really seen this in any other kit, or any car kit at least, that has actual photos of the model as the instructions rather than just illustrations. So that's pretty much all the aspects of the cars. Now, if we look at the actual features of the car, one really cool feature, or actually two really cool features this car has is, after you build the car and it's sitting on display, there are two things that you can change. You can actually change the ride height of how high or how low the car sits. So being a Liberty Walk vehicle, obviously they're going to be on air suspension in real life. So you can slam it and just sit the car on the ground to look good, which is pretty much as it is in this photo. So obviously you won't be driving the car when it's sitting that low to the ground. So after you build it, you can actually choose whether you want to add like a car riding height, so lift it up a bit, or have it slammed for display purposes. One other thing that you can change, which is a really awesome aspect, is the camber angles of the wheels. So that essentially means how angled the wheels are and how much the top of the wheel sits into the body and how much the bottom of the wheel will sit out, which is something, it's a very Japanese thing to have lots of camber on stanced cars like this. Obviously this is a European car, but Liberty Walk come out of Japan. So they sort of integrate Japanese car culture with European car culture, which is a crazy combination, and they make crazy vehicles like this. So that pretty much wraps it up for the Huracan. I know that we have a Lamborghini Aventador Liberty Walk that will be coming in the coming months, which I'm extremely excited to get. I'm definitely going to be getting and building that one, and that looks incredible as well. So as soon as we get that, I'll 100% make a video on it so I can show you all what that one's like, especially compared to the Huracan. But other than that, that pretty much wraps it up for today's video. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe on the YouTube channel. And with that all being said and done, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.